Okay. Get my sound check going. All right, welcome. That worked. I'm up early this morning. It's about 9:17 on the dot for me. Hello, my name is Alex. Welcome. If you are new here, I teach a lot of yoga, practice a lot of yoga. No props are required for this flow today. It is so pretty out. The sky's like bright blue. It doesn't look like that at all with my camera. We're going to start in a child's pose. Walk your hands out and away from you. And on an exhale, bring the forehead down. I feel my shoulders from yesterday. All right, bring your awareness to the present moment by focusing on the quality of the breath in and out through the nose. Make a commitment to the present moment, to awareness of the present moment for at least this time with me now, and it will be easier to try to do so later out in the real world. Relax the muscles of your face. Arrive. Walk your hands in towards you. Make your way to a tabletop. Untuck the toes. One round of cat-cow. Inhale, arch. Make it so intentional. Exhale, round. Neutral. Balance on the left leg. Reach the right leg back and up. Press the mat away from you so you're not sinking into the shoulders. And reach the left arm forward. Lengthen again. Tabletop. One cat-cow. Inhale to arch. Exhale, round. Neutral. Left side. Left leg back and up. Try not to open the hip. Weight is in the front part of the hands. Right arm forward. Lengthen. Tabletop. One cat-cow. Inhale, arch. Round, exhale. Neutral. Tuck the toes. Sit back on the heels. Get the pinky edges out as well. One hand on top of each shoulder. Let's draw some circles. Bring the elbows close together, up, back, and around. This is a feel-good stretch. Just exploring your range of motion. Let's go the other way. Might also feel this in the feet. Release. Shake out the hands and the wrists. Let go of the feet. Tap out the ankles. 1 cat-cow. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Neutral. Sit back. Whoa, what was that? Sit back. Bring your feet out and around in front of you. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees apart. Hold the outside edges of the feet, shoulders roll back and down. And come forward with a flat back. Bring the chest through. Round and lean back. You can switch out the grip. Let yourself go back toward the tailbone. And then tilt the tailbone forward and up as you recreate the flat back. So forward with a flat spine. Round, lean back. And then create the straight spine. Let's do one more round. And sit up. Extend the right foot out in front of you. Sole of the left foot is on the inside of the right thigh. Whoa, my hamstrings are tight today. I'm going to keep the right knee bent. Lift up with both hands, both arms, and fold forward over the right leg. So notice how my knee is really bent. That's okay. It's not okay. In the morning, the mind is generally a little quieter. So if this is the morning for you, appreciate the fact that the mind is still. Later on in the day, it's kind of like when the waters are a little rough after the sun's hit it on the ocean. Your brain's like that. Let's sit up. Extend the left leg. Bring the right sole of the foot to the inside of the left leg. Let me know if that made sense to anybody else. Lengthen up and fold over the left leg. Present moment, this inhale, this exhale. And sit up. Turn to face the, well, I'm just going to turn to face the long edge of the mat. You don't really have to. Sit up tall. Reach the left arm up and over for a side body stretch. Create length in the side of the body from the rib cage to the hip. Press down and away with the right hand. Sit up, switch sides. And sit up. Tabletop. 1 cat-cow. Inhale, arch. Round, exhale. Neutral. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, and press back into downward facing dog. Bend one knee at a time as you press the opposite heel down. Find some movement, feeling out where you are in this downward dog, whether it's your first downward dog today or ever. Treat it like it's brand new. I forgot, even if it's like your millionth one. Make your way to the top of the mat. And soften over the legs. Like someone should be beeping. Press to stand. Create good posture. I'm going to scoot this back just a little bit. Stand tall. Lengthen the tailbone down. Shoulders away from the ears. You might set an intention for your practice, maybe a word or phrase that you would like to see happen for you to feel throughout the day. Something like productive or capable. Okay. Inhale, arms reach wide and overhead. Let's hold the left wrist with the right hand. Side body stretch, press down through the left heel. Lift up, switch sides. Up and over. Come back to center. Interlace the fingers, press a button on the ceiling for 3 breaths. Lift out, fold forward. Hands down, step the right foot back, lunge. Left foot back, plank. Lower all the way down. Rest the forehead on the left hand, bring the right foot in, quad stretch. Switch sides. Ooh. Release. Press the tops of the feet down, lift up halfway for cobra. And down. Tabletop. Downward facing dog. Right away, right foot steps between the hands. We're in a lunge. Inhale, lower the left knee, shoulders back. Exhale, try to press the legs straight. Ooh, hello, hamstring. Pyramid pose. Lunge, back knee stays lifted. Lunge twist. Left hand down, right arm reaches. Right hand down. Step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And fold. Press to stand. Arms reach wide and overhead. 3 breaths with the arms up or start back bending. Lift out, fold forward. Hands down, left foot steps back. Lunge. Right foot back, plank pose. Again, lower all the way down. Extend the left arm out, palm down, roll onto the left hip. Stretching the left shoulder open. Switch sides. Right arm out, shoulder height, palm down, roll onto the right hip. Ooh, my back popped. Come back to center. Cobra. Lift up halfway and lower. Tabletop. Downward dog. Long exhale. Step the left foot between the hands. Lunge. Lower the right knee, shoulders back. Exhale, press the legs straight. Hello, hamstrings. Lunge. Lunge twist, right hand down, left arm opens. Left hand back down. Big step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And fold forward over longer legs. Press to stand. Palms touch. Bring yourself back to the present moment. Bend the knees, sit back, Utkatasana. Fingers reach away from the tailbone, lengthen, and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. From the look up position, hands down, step back to plank. I'm going to lower to my knees because I'm building working on strength building. Lower down halfway and press back up. Elbows in close, lower down halfway. Inhale, pull, press through. Upward facing dog, linger here, shoulders down. Press into the front part of the hands. Press into the top parts of the feet. Downward facing dog. Warrior one, right side. Right foot steps between the hands. Back foot is flat. Arms overhead, palms face one another. Work the left hip forward. Try not to arch the chest through. Bring the hands down to frame the right foot. Find lunge. Right foot back to a plank. Vinyasa back to downward dog. So that's 1 or 2 chaturanga push-ups. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Left foot between the hands, lunge. Warrior one. My mind was wandering. Bring it back. Palms face one another, shoulders relax down. Press down through the outside edge of the back foot. Hands float down to the mat. Now we're back in a lunge. Left foot back to plank. Vinyasa, back to downward facing dog. Look between the hands, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And fold. Utkatasana, bend the knees, lift the upper body up. Make sure you can wiggle the toes and then engage the core. Press to stand, bring the palms to touch. Arms reach wide and overhead. 3 breaths. Lift out, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And fold. Inhale, long flat back. From here, hands down, plank. Vinyasa back to downward facing dog. Right foot steps between the hands, warrior two. Back foot is going to go flat, windmill, the arms open, palms face down, bend into the right knee. I like hands over hips to get alignment that keeps the shoulders over the hips, and then arms side to side. Scoop the right hip under. Reverse your warrior. Right palm flips up. Press down through the right foot without getting any taller. Reach up with the right arm. Up more than back. Cartwheel the hands down to frame the right foot, lunge. Right foot back to a plank. Vinyasa back to downward facing dog. Option to float the right leg. If that's too much, you can try lowering the left knee or lowering to one knee. Bring the left foot up between the hands. Warrior two. Arms side to side, shoulders over the hips. Press down through the back foot especially. Reverse. Left palm flips up. Press down strongly through the left foot without standing up. Reach up with the left arm. Continue to breathe. Cartwheel the hands down. Flip onto the toe of the back foot. We're in a lunge. Left foot back, plank. So here you can try lowering the right knee, lift the left leg, and maybe do your chaturangas from there. We're vinyasa-ing back to downward dog. Stand on the left foot, lift the right leg back and up, keep the hip flexed, or the hip square, foot flexed. Now point the right toes, let the hip open and stack. Squeeze the right glute to lift the right leg. Close it off. Downward dog. Stand on the right foot, left leg lifts back and up, starting with the hip square to the mat, foot flexed. Now point the left toes. The hip can open. Don't let the shoulder open. Squeeze the left glute strong. Downward dog. Lift onto the toes. Tuck the chin. Ripple through. Upward facing dog. Stay on the toes. Maybe the knees stay lifted. Lift the chin a lot. Downward dog. Make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Halfway. Sounded like my friend Carly. Oh, Carly. And fold. Utkatasana, bend the knees. Upper body up. Press to stand, palms touch. Take a moment to reconnect to the present. Recognize what you've accomplished so far. Separate your feet about hip width. Give or take. Oh, did you hear my neck crack? All right, interlace the hands behind you. Roll the shoulder blades together. Let the knuckles be heavy. Lift the chin, the gaze. Exhale, soften the knees. Let the hands float over. Opening up through the shoulders. Head and neck relax. Release the hands to the mat, about a foot in front of your feet. Separate the feet mat width, heels in, toes out. We're squatting down. Bring the palms together. Weight is toward the outside edges of the feet. And fold over the legs. Stand up first. Press to stand. Balance on the left foot. Hands to hips. Let's start there. Lift your right leg to hip height. You've got a right angle at the hip, at the knee. Bring the palms to touch. Light flexion of the feet. Draw a circle with the foot in one direction. Re-engage the core. Switch sides. 2 feet. Stand on the right foot. Lift the left leg. Hands to hips for balance. Use that. Let's see. For balance, what I'm trying to say is you can engage the core, get everything else in line with the hands on the hips, and then feel confident, comfortable enough to bring the palms to touch. There we go. And now let's draw those circles in one direction. Notice if you do like a triangle, try to smooth it out, like when you draw with your toes. And go the other direction. Stand up taller. 2 feet. Lift. Oh, sticky nut. Lift onto the toes. Feet are together, maybe a little bit apart. Press down to lift up, shoulders down, draw in the core. Try to leave the top of the head where it is as you lower the heels down. Feel length being created in the side bodies. Think of that when you're trying to improve your posture. Aren't we all trying to do that all the time? Especially if you're watching or doing a yoga video. Inhale, arms reach wide and overhead. Reach up, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And fold. Press to stand. Palms touch. You're going to practice standing bow pulling. Some people call it dancer. Stand on the left leg. We're going to pick up the right ankle from the inside. Thumb on top. If your wrist feels like it's looping around, unravel. It's just opening up like you're going to shake the hand of somebody behind you. Left arm reaches straight ahead. You might stay here. Or next step is to swipe the knees. Left palm faces down, arm is straight as you tilt forward. Let the right shoulder open. Kind of like when we were on the floor, rolling open the chest. Lift the leg, but tilt forward. Two feet. Decide to stand on 2 feet. Feel the left ankle release. Stand on the right foot, lift the left. So again, you're going to open up. Like my palm is facing you. If you can see, it's really dark, I know. I'll learn lighting someday. Right arm reaches up. Find some stability here. Swipe the knees, tilt forward. Let the left shoulder open. Tilt forward even more. 2 feet. Inhale, arms reach wide, reach overhead. 3 breaths. Lift out, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back to a lunge. Bring both hands inside of the right foot. Lizard lunge. You can stay lifted off of the back knee or keep the back knee lifted. That's a little bit more intense. Go down to your elbows or forearms. We're here for a few rounds of breath. Remember, if you're playing on your phone now, you have the perfect opportunity to like my video and send it to someone and subscribe and love yoga. Thank you. All right, before you get too comfortable, lift out, come back to a lunge, bringing the right foot between the hands. And big step to the top of the mat, bring the feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. And fold. Step the right foot back this time. Lizard lunge, left side. Let's start to release out, back to a lunge. Big step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, really lengthen. Think right angle with the body. And fold. Press to stand. Bring the palms to touch. Separate the feet just a little bit for balance. Interlace the arms behind the back. Open up the chest. Roll the shoulders open. Lift the chin. And fold forward. Let the knees bend for balance if you need to. Let the hands float over the head. Release the hands to the mat. About a foot in front of the feet. We're going to squat down again. Heels in, toes out. Remember to use the elbows to assist in the knees opening. Fold forward. Bring the feet back together. In the opposite order. And I guess not totally the opposite order. Press to stand. Right, we're going to do another set of standing bow. So notice try to feel what's different from this one as opposed to the first one. Stand on the left foot. Pick up the right ankle from the inside, knees next to each other, left arm up. Swipe the knees, tilt forward, kick. Two feet. I need to practice this one more. It means we're all going to do it more. Bounce on the right foot, pick up the left. Because you guys motivate me. Right arm up. Tilt and kick. Weight forward. If you fall out, you can try again. Or always pause. Two feet. Appreciate the elevated heart rate. Step to the back of the mat. Feet together. Arms overhead. Interlace the fingers. Pinky edges tight. Index fingers out. Step forward onto the right foot. Point the left toes. Keep your head between the arms and tilt into a capital letter T or a really strong diagonal. Don't let the hip open. Breathe. Release. Step back. Keep the arms up. Left foot steps forward. Lengthen. Point the right toes. And tilt. So if you're not in a letter T, be in a really great straight line wherever you are. Don't let the hip open. And release. Keep the arms up. Keep the arms up. And float the arms down. Palms touch. Gratitude for the present moment. Inhale, arms reach wide and overhead, still at the back of the mat. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands forward into a plank. Downward dog. Stand on the left leg, lift the right leg back and up just for the reach. Pigeon right side, right knee behind the right wrist. I hear a woodpecker. The slower the woodpecker sound, vaguely general knowledge I have, is the slower the sound, the bigger larger the bird is. Pretty cool. Fold forward, stay present. Relax the muscles of the face. A few more breaths where you are. If you'd like to try a variation, like bending the back leg, or even just sitting up, you'll feel this more in the right hip flexor that way. And we're going to switch to the other side, transition through a downward facing dog. Maybe a three-legged dog will feel good. Two feet. Pigeon, left side. Smooth out any tension that might have arisen. Mentally, physically. And if you did so on the first side, try a variation. Let's do that here as well. It's so early for me. I'm letting my mind wander, but usually this is later in the day for me. So, like, what am I going to do with all this extra time? I can, like, see things I should do. They feel like chores. All right, let's release back to a downward dog. It's not really that bad. It's mostly like gardening stuff. I posted a short where I let a plant grow, or I water a plant and you time lapse watch it. That's kind of fun to see. Let me know if you've seen it. All right, from here, lift up onto the toes, ripple through upward facing dog. And exhale back, child's pose. Option to prop up onto your forearm or onto your elbows for a tricep stretch. And press up onto your knees. Stand on your knees. Let's do camel. Because we've been back bending a little bit more often recently. Let's keep it up, right? Yeah. Start with your hands on the lower back. Roll the shoulders down. Lift the chin. And if you're going to go back, one hand at a time, reach for the heels, press down to lift up. Release out, one hand at a time. Sit up on the heel, sit up tall. Make your way slowly, keeping the spine long, into a plank, and then downward facing. Lift onto the toes, tuck the chin, and as you ripple through, round the spine. So we'll go a little bit slower. You can see you're opening up through the top of the back. Hips come forward, and then the back begins to arch. Lift the chin, press the feet down, and press back child's pose. Tabletop. One more camel. Press down to lift up. Remember to breathe. Lift out. Same. Release. Let's try to keep the spine long and not immediately round it after the deep back bend. Tabletop into plank. Downward dog. Upward facing. We're rounding through to get there. Lift the chin. And downward dog. Child's pose. Sit up. Walk the hands in. Bring your feet out and around in front of you. And we're going to lie down. Need a sip of water. Give yourself a moment to feel the shift of energy, the upper back getting a release, realignment. Reach the arms above the head, flex the heels, and the feet reach. Bring the right knee into the chest, interlace the fingers all the way to the webbing. And then if you've got the knee really close to you, release some of that squeeze and guide the knee across to the left for a twist. Right arm reaches out and away from you, palm down, unless that bothers the shoulder. Come back to center. Full body stretch. And left knee in for a squeeze initially. And then release just some of the closeness and draw your leg across to the left, or your left leg across to the right. Extend your left arm out. Come back to center. Full body reach. And draw both knees in, nose to knees. Head and neck back. Extend the legs for Shavasana. Lengthen the back of the neck. Let the feet splay open, palms up, a comfortable distance from your body. We'll close our practice together. For now, just close the eyes, relax the temples, and I will be in touch shortly. Introduce. I'll let the plane pass. start to breathe more intentionally. Relax the torso so the breath can expand within, fill up all the way. And exhale. Inhale, fill up. Hold at the top. Long exhale. Near the end of the breath, blink the eyes open as you start to move, reanimate. Can you actually feel the light as it re-enters your consciousness? And come back. Make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Actually, extend the right leg out, left leg in. I think I did the exact same thing yesterday. Let's gently reach the left arm up and over, side body stretch. And sit up, switch out the legs. Sit evenly between the sit bones, right arm up and over. And sit up. Left leg in. Reach the arms wide and overhead. Float them down as you sit taller, twist to the right. Remember when we lifted up onto the toes? We left the crown of the head up there. Let's do that again. Twist, lengthen. Release through center, arms reach wide and overhead. Float the arms down, twist to the left. And closing breath, arms reach wide, reach overhead. Fill up extra at the top. Long exhale, float the hands down. Be grateful for the present moment. Be grateful for your presence. Thank you. Thank you. Namaste. Did anybody check out the links below, like with the little camera that I put down there? There's two cameras, but one I might actually, the one I already have. And so I want someone else to get it and we can talk about it. It's like a pet following camera. And add me on Instagram and have a really good day. And what else? Wish me luck. Send me some good energy today because I feel like I have some crappy people in my life. Not Caesar. He's perfect and he's asleep. Thank you. Happy Thursday. See you tomorrow? Maybe. Namaste.